Okay, so just so you know, tomorrow I'm premiering my conversation with Robert Holmes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We need to mute that stuff. Hold on. Let me turn my...
And the week after that, I'm premiering my conversation with Jane Jensen.
Oh, good. Yeah. She's a badass. I like her. She's great.
She is.
I keep hoping that one day that there's going to be another Gabriel Knight. Like, Gabriel Knight 1, so after King's Quest 3, which is my favorite for, like, you know, being my first adventure game, like, I think low-key, like, Gabriel Knight 1 is the one that stole my heart. I was like, oh my god, this is great, but it's just great. It's dark, it's, like, got voodoo, which, at the time when it came out, I was, like, kind of loosely studying it, just because I lived only a few hours away from New Orleans, where it's like got a heavy foothold, and so that really struck a chord with me. Plus, it was just so good. Plus, the voice acting, like Tim Curry. Oh yeah.
Wait, so King's Quest 3 is your favorite AGI game, and Gabriel Knight 1 is like your favorite SCI game?
Yeah, I mean, so King's Quest 3 I love just because it was my first. I do like the story and everything. After I played, you know, more adventure games, I realized, like, oh my god, this was really hard in comparison just because of the timer mechanic, which they introduced in this game, but then they quickly did away with it. Yeah, but Gabriel Knight, in terms of story and stuff, like, it's hard to beat, you know. Plus, it was one of the earlier ones that had, like, full voice and everything, which is great. And they used, like, high, you know, very excellent, like, famous voices that were familiar. So, and I'm already a huge fan of Tim Curry, so throw him into any game, I'm probably gonna enjoy it.
So did you play the Frankenstein? There was a Frankenstein FMV game with Tim Curry.
I did not, actually. I should look it up.
Yeah, you should. It's always fun to find these hidden gems from the 90s.
Well, luckily there's enough, like, people that are preserving games and making them playable on modern platforms, because you know, it used to be you couldn't just play one of these old games until somebody made, like, an engine that could do it, and it's great. So yes.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Tex Play. And today we're going to play a game that I haven't played before, King's Quest 3, with none other than mid-boss CEO Cade Peterson, who's also the executive producer on an upcoming CR documentary, which we're going to talk about in a sec. I hope everyone's doing well. I know that we usually don't stream on Saturdays, but Tex Play, especially in busier weeks in which we're streaming in our regular schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then it's usually on Saturday. So thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed all of our streams this week, especially our conversation with Scott Cohen on Thursday, which was fun and exhausting. And that's it. Tomorrow I'm going to premiere my conversation with Robert Holmes. So make sure to go to my website, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and add a notification. It's going to start tomorrow at noon Pacific time. That's it. A 3-hour conversation with Robert Holmes. The following week, I'm going to premiere my conversation with Jane Jensen, which is much shorter, but not any less fun. That's it. Let's thank our Patreon members. Thank you guys. Got our $10 members, $20 members, and top tier. Especially, I want to thank Malika Chandler for being with us since the very beginning. Thank you for making Conversation with Curtis, Tech Talk with Daniel Albu, Tex Play, and all of the subsidiaries of Conversations with Curtis possible. So thanks for that. If you want to donate in today's stream, you can do so at coffee.com/Conversations with Curtis. That's it. Our top 7 for the last 30 days: CJ Schwex, Joseph Austin, Top Fuel, CompuArt, Moffat Reborn, and Whitey Wonder. And that's it. So without further ado, I give you Cade Peterson. What up, Cade?
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. How are things on your end?
Good. Just catching up on sleep. I always have a lot of projects and fun things that I'm working on, and two of them just kind of became public, so that's been exciting. I shouldn't have done it on the same day though, but yeah, it's really exciting. I don't know.
Well, I hope you're well rested because I've heard that King's Quest 3 is kind of difficult.
It is difficult. This is one of my favorite adventure games, and probably because it's my first ever adventure game to play back when I was probably 7. And the reason why it's super famously hard is because they introduced a real life clock countdown kind of feature that you have to do things within a certain time frame, and you have to do, be prepared for what happens next before certain things happen. Otherwise, you die. Um, so save early, save often is always the Sierra way, anyway. So, but yeah, no, but like in terms of the game and the story and the concept, I thought it was really cute and original, and it's just endearing. So I don't know, I love it. I really like it, but you just have to accept the fact that this clock time feature is a thing, and they did away with it after King's Quest 3, but it was something that uniquely sets this game out apart from the rest in the franchise.
So you like this game because it's the first adventure game you ever played?
I don't know how to summarize my feelings on it. It's definitely got a heavy dose of sentimental vibes, but this is the game that inspired me to want to get into games. So I put a high value on it for me. Even now, I just released a new adventure game with my company that I work for, and it's not an old Sierra style adventure game, but it's an early 90s retro Japanese style adventure game. But my love of games started here, especially when it comes to adventure games. I had played some video games before, like I had a babysitter that had Pong, and I did get a Nintendo around this time, but this is the one that made me think oh, I can make a game. And my best friend and we picked up a book on how to program when we were in second grade, which I guess means we were 7 or 8 years old, and we read it cover to cover each, and within a day or two, and then we just started making games. And so we actually in earnest started making games when we were 7 or 8. And it was all because of this game. It was all inspired by Roberta Williams's King's Quest 3.
And did you add graphics to your games, or was it text-based?
So the computer that my friends, that he had access to, because his dad, is a scientist, so he brought home this big massive computer, and the first one that he had access to was CGA, 4 colors, with cyan, magenta, yellow, or cyan, magenta, black,
ugly, 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 and ugly. The best colors.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, it's there's some old Rocky's Boots kind of games that were made in that palette, but I was wanting to make a game called Rainbow Quest, and you really have a hard time doing that with a limited color palette. So when his dad finally got us, or not got us, but got an EGA computer, just happened to be around the time that we were working on this, we were able to quickly switch over to that and then continue working because you have 16 colors. And so that made it feasible to make a game like Rainbow Quest. But it was a very simple adventure game. I just thought I was so clever because I was definitely into the puzzle aspects and the narrative, because that's what adventure games are. It's like puzzles mixed with narrative. But I just thought I was so clever with this little story we did, and we did graphics. I was in charge of the graphics. My friend was in charge of all the programming, but I did help with that, and I did understand all the code because we wrote it in GW Basic, so it's not like it was super difficult. But whenever I was doing the art, at first we started with ASCII just art, but then we realized that it wasn't what we wanted, and then because all the Sierra games were doing pixel art. So there was a couple like line drawing vector tools within GW Basic that you could use to draw things, and then when you wanted to fill in a block that was complete with color, you could do that. The only thing is that paint fill function didn't always work right, and I couldn't quite figure out how, so I did adjust the vector lines to make it work, but we did. And so I did very like geometric shaped like objects that were like a vial of like this red potion was like this kind of octagon kind of shape. um anyway, but it was fun. It was
And
good.
do you still have a copy of the game?
No, I've been trying to find a copy for decades. Like my entrepreneurial smart mom, she realized like, oh, we could sell these, and I was like, what? So I think me and my friend like we eventually I got a computer at home too, but like we would take turns just sitting there manually copying disc after disc after disc, and we had a dot matrix printer and printed on labels, and my mom was just like, throw it in some Ziploc bags, sure. I was like, this is what? Anyway, she was
Wow.
at the time, so she drove us all around northern Colorado to every little private, they didn't really have computer chain shops very much back then. I think maybe Radio Shack was the closest thing, but we had one Radio Shack in town, but we just went to every little mom and pop shop computer shop, and we took them in and showed it to them, and they bought everything, just took it all. They would try it, to be like, whoa. And then I'm like, so that paid for,
What was the retail price?
I think it was only $20. Like it was, which to me as a little child sounded like a lot of money. And the discs when you bought them in bulk were like about $1 at for the bulk amount that we were doing. So we
And
made a lot.
did it have a manual? I mean, did you write down your, I don't know, your phone number in case they run into any issues with the game? Like, call me
No,
up.
we didn't go that far. We didn't even think about it because like my best friend and I did all the QA, and we tried everything, and because we were perfectionists, and we never did that because we didn't really form a company to do this.
Could have started a hint line. Could have been even more profitable than the games themselves.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, because whenever we were playing King's Quest 3, like a lot of adventure games, they would sell those hint books or the hint lines. But I knew even as a kid that those hint lines were extraordinarily expensive because they were like, I think $2 a minute back in the 80s, which
Yeah,
was
that's
a minute.
$100. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so but so we would usually resort to buying a hint book because that was like I think like $15, and that would be like cover the whole game. Um, we tried to not do hint books, but our game was much more simple. You could probably beat it. I never said to ask other people. Anyway, we sold them all, but I've been trying to find these games anywhere because I think we sold like 2,000 copies. Like
Wow, 2,000.
yeah.
I thought you'd say, I mean, 10 copies, but 2,000 copies. Wow.
Because every time we'd go with a batch, it would be like a box, and I think that we get hold about the first time we went out, we were thinking like, oh, we'll be lucky to sell like 20. Now, every store we went to just bought them all, And so I don't know what they retailed for, but we sold them for $20. So that was quite nice. My mom didn't let me have it though. I went to a college fund, but
So Gunther in the chat asks, what's the name of the game?
Rainbow Quest.
Rainbow Quest, yeah.
It's like generic Rainbow Quest. So if anybody in the Colorado area from the 80s maybe find me one, I would be very excited to get my hands on it again because we slaved over the game, but we loved every second of it. It was a true passion project, but we just did it because we wanted to. We didn't do it because we thought anybody else would play it. We just wanted to make one. So if anybody out there can find it, I would be
this is
so
awesome.
happy.
If anyone finds a copy, then you should come for another live stream, and then we'll play the game, and maybe even do a speed run of the game.
Oh God, I haven't played it in 35 years. Like, I mean, we can try. I vaguely remember this story. It was like these little trolls, and I think looking back, I'm like, I think I stole that from a children's book. But basically, these trolls stole each an individual color from the rainbow, and you had to go like kill them, steal a color back, and there's like puzzles to get into their castles and their different kingdoms. And like one puzzle that I remember specifically being, I thought I was so clever, but it was the yellow troll, and to get past to get into his castle walls, like he had all these killer sunflowers outside, and you had to get the lawnmower from another kingdom, and you had to mow these suckers down, otherwise they would kill you. And I just thought that was so clever because sunflowers are yellow, and anyway, but that's like one of the puzzles that I just thought was
And it
hilarious.
was a text parser game, right?
Yes, text parser. This is
Okay.
way before like we had a mouse. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, in addition to you creating Rainbow Quest, which is why we brought you in today, you're also the mid-boss CEO. But in addition to all that, you're also the executive producer on the upcoming Sierra documentary, Legends
Yeah.
of Adventure. What can you tell me about this documentary?
So as a lifelong fan of Sierra games, like adventure games in general, but it really started for me with Sierra, and like I think many of us. And I have, throughout the years, like, there's been books written. Ken Williams wrote his own book a couple years ago. But and there's been interviews with some of the Sierra alumni and Ken and Roberta, but I've never seen like a true history of the adventure game genre, specifically focusing on the Sierra like history, because you can't really get all of the adventure game genre into a 2 hour documentary. But so we decided to limit it down. Originally, the idea started as a history of all adventure games, like European, Japanese, North American, LucasArts, everything. And that just got too big. So we're gonna start with the OGs, Ken and Roberta. We have a bunch of the original Sierra alumni lined up to join us. We've also got some other major big names from the like the good old days and the tech days that were around. And I don't want to drop names because we haven't announced some of these people, but some very famous big names that were happy to jump in and join this documentary, that can talk about the history of technology at the time as it relates to Sierra coming on the scene and then growing beyond anyone's wildest dreams. And the whole concept of this documentary came up. I was talking with another guy who is one of our now executive producers with me, and he runs a film and TV production studio in Canada. And I was talking to him about another project because our studio made a documentary about 10 years ago, and it was kind of getting out of date, and I was looking to update it. And then we talked about that, and we were like kind of both bored with the idea. And then I started talking about, and this guy didn't really know much about adventure games at the time. I've very much educated him a lot since then. But I said, I feel like there's a renaissance of adventure games because, like, in the late 90s, when the 3D games like Doom and everything came on the scene, like adventure games lost interest, not died, but like definitely went down. And then these 3D stuff came on the scene and just like took over. But the adventure games never went away, and I'm so glad they didn't. And there's been some modern updates of them, like Telltale does some of their stuff, and there's been some other really beautiful, like 3D, gorgeous, like hyper realism kind of games. Um, but I told him, I said, I think there's like a renaissance about to happen or starting to happen because I knew that Colossal Cave was coming back. Ken and Roberta were coming out of retirement for the first time in over a quarter of a century. And I knew this because Ken randomly emailed me and asked me if I would help them on the back of, the behind the scenes, because they hadn't been in this industry for such a long time. They didn't understand how to market or where to market or how to do any of that stuff. And that's one of my specialties. And then right around that time, also, the new Monkey Island was announced with Ron Gilbert coming back to helm this Monkey Island game, his first Monkey Island game to touch personally in like 30 years. And I thought, okay, this is weird and amazing. Let's see where this goes. And so we've been cooking up this project for about 2 years. It's been a long, you have to wait till you get a lot of like stars to align, but they really started rapidly aligning in the last like 6 months. Getting certain people to agree to join and want to talk about it, and like doing the research and like building out the plan, and it just started all coming together. And then one of the other amazingly fun coincidences that relate to this is that after we started planning this, then suddenly the Adventure Game Hotspot group announced the fanfare, the first ever North American adventure game focused convention. And I was just overjoyed when I heard this, and I was like, holy this is amazing. Wow, like what are the odds of something like this happening? Like I just felt like, okay, this is the thing, this is the documentary that is overdue to tell, to give it full glory, talk about the history of all the stuff, you know. We're not going to do it, by the way, with like rosy tinted glasses because, working in a, it was a video games. I can tell you personally, working in it's a tough business. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of passion. And so there's like, there's some less happy moments that everybody experiences, me included. But we want to tell like a more like a truthful history of not only the company, but also like the rise and fall of Sierra and also the renaissance of adventure games is what I want to weave in there. So because there's a lot of cool creators making adventure games still to this day, a bunch of, fan makers that are not really worried about selling it commercially, but then there are some, big studios that are still making them. And I'm just here for it. I'm so excited about it. So that's what we're hoping that this documentary will be, a very honest and lovingly made and overdue documentary about a company that I think we all know and love.
So I posted the link to the web page of the documentary in the chat.
So I should tell everybody now. So if you're watching this now, go to that link, thelegendsofadventure.com. We are crowdfunding it. We already have most of the funding, but we're using this also as like a way to get the word out, because crowdfunding campaigns can also be a great marketing tool, to be honest. But one of the cool things I want to make sure everybody knows is that when we launch the campaign in just a couple of weeks, everybody that goes and just signs up on that initial campaign landing page, if you sign up with your email there and join the list, and then if you do end up backing it any tier, we're giving out a very awesome gift to everybody, but you have to be one of those people that signs up early, and it's probably worth about like $30 each. So I would do it. And we haven't announced what it is, but I think it's really, really cool. And so, but we have a bunch of other goodies coming that are going to be, I think, really nice surprises for people when, for true fans that I think will really appreciate it, because that's what we're here for, So sign up on the website. It doesn't cost anything to just, get on the email list, but you do get that bonus if you do sign up ahead of time. So yeah, definitely head to the website, do it. I think we've already got well over 2,000 signups, which honestly I thought we would just get 500, but like,
wow,
they keep coming in. So I think that we have definitely touched on a subject that a lot of people are interested in.
Well, you'd be surprised to hear that there are many adventure game fans out there. We're just not that vocal, so you don't know about them.
Yeah, and like one of the things that Roberta told me about like her thoughts on the genre of adventure games is that, and I think she said similar things before in other interviews, but she says, adventure games, they're more cerebral, they're thoughtful, they're not usually high action or anything like that. Some of them do have like some time mechanics to be like, Telltale put some of those stressful, like, oh my God, you have to do this right now, otherwise, bad actions happen. But in general, it's a quieter, thoughtful audience that, may or may not be the type of person that's out there like on social media, like, hell yeah, I like this game, whatever. It's like we tend to be more chill, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that like we're here, we just don't make a fuss about it. But maybe we should. So yeah.
Okay. So let's play this game. And just so you know, my favorite King's Quest is 7, and I never played King's Quest 3. Let's do this.
Okay, so I know 7 is like, I love 7. The fact that they went all Disney.
Really? Finally.
I loved it. Like, I loved it. Plus, it was a first one for Valenice to get a game, because the mom, Graham's wife, she never got a game. Rosella was in number 4, but the mom, what? Anyway, I thought it was charming as heck, and I just adored everything about it. I know a lot of people don't love it because it's not the old style pixel art, but 7 is awesome, and I love the strange places you have to go and characters you interact with. So yeah, I love 7. That's a great one.
And I love the fact that the main point of criticism on King's Quest 7 is the fact that it's too Disney, and it's made by Roberta Williams, but Lorelei Shannon was also one of the writers on the game, and Andy
Mhm.
Hoyos was in charge of the art direction. And then Andy Hoyos and Lorelei Shannon went to graphic when they made Phantasmagoria 2 together 2 years later. So you either go to Disney or to gory.
The Whiplash, yeah, like cutesy Disney, one of the most gory games that I've ever played. Like, I mean, scared the heck out of me whenever I did back when I was a kid. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's great. I don't know. What I liked about Sierra is they were always trying to do something different a lot of the time. They were always pushing forward, and sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't, but that's okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am as ready as I'm gonna be. Last time I played this was probably 3 years ago, but I do love this game so much. I'm gonna let the full credits roll because like a lot of people
Okay.
put a lot of love into this.
Key
Yeah.
grip.
I know, I'm like, Ken Williams, what does that mean, Keeper? Ta-da! Okay, here we are. This little young man wandering around this kooky house. Oh, scary magician just stalking me, looking at me. Your kitchen is filthy. Go clean it now. Yes, sir. All right.
Wait, you want to
Okay.
change the speed?
Yeah, let's do that because the normal speed is just a little too slow for me. But okay. Okay, this is one of the fun animations where it's just automatic. Oh wait, I gotta be by the broom. Yeah. But I love like a lot of the Sierra games where they take over like a cute animation cycle. He's just sweeping and sweeping.
So
Yeah.
the first text parser game I played was Codename Iceman. And then I
Oh yeah.
realized how much I hate text parser games. And you probably understand why, given that you probably know the submarine section in the game, in
Oh,
which you
just
have.
wait till later in this game. This is the most punishing text
Oh
parser
man,
game I have ever played. Just wait. Just wait. It gets better.
can't
Okay.
wait.
So we're in the kitchen. I'm gonna look around. So just typing look is the key whenever you enter a scene to figure out what's important, because then you can get a hint of like what you should check out. This is the kitchen of the wizard's house. Other than your own bedchamber, this is the only place in the house that you feel like you can call your own. The wizard rarely enters the kitchen on a cold day. The fireplace is a cozy place to sit. Want to see.
Wait,
Okay.
you clean the
Mhm.
kitchen and your score is still 0? You didn't get even 1 point for meticulously cleaning the kitchen?
I guess not. And now we just gotta wait until he comes back and like doesn't come in. Let me look in this room. You eat in the kitchen. There is a pine table and benches large enough to seat at least 10 people, but the wizard has never had any guests for dinner. So anyway, there's the evil cat over here. He's literally always trying to kill you. Okay, so notice the time clock at the top. This is
Mhm.
the um time mechanic. So we did the thing that he wants us to do. Now he comes in and he spies on us some more. Let's see what it says about Manan.
Manon
Your
appears
hair's
older than
golden now.
old. His long white beard straggles thinly past his waist. His skin resembles old parchment paper, and his hands are gnarled and twisted. But don't be fooled. The old wizard is smart and powerful, and his magic is formidable. Wow. I'm invested.
Yeah. So here's his wizard's study, whatever. Mananan is very private with his study and doesn't like you poking around. The huge oak desk is covered with his writing implements. An oak cabinet is in the corner. There is a chart on the rear wall. Bookshelves are filled with books on every subject, and the wizard fancies himself to be quite a scholar. I want to leave here. He doesn't like me in there, but I'll go wander around the house, the rest of the house, real quick. Yay, stairs and adventure games.
And the pathfinding in Sierra games kind of sucks.
That's like it's kind of a funny trope because like these stairs will not kill you because they have rails on the side, but there's so many like walking areas on stairs or like down ravines in other games that like famously are easy to fall off the edge, including this game.
Wait, so what happens when we reach the 5-minute mark? Do we die?
Oh, no, because we did the thing he wanted us to do. So
Oh.
we're just kind of we have a little time to kill. This is one of the weirdest games because of this time mechanic. You've always admired this tapestry. Look behind the tapestry.
Lift the bottom of the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manon would hang a tapestry here. There are also dozens of charcoal scribbled drawings, diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers with the legend King's Quest IV. But you're uninterested in this since you presently have your hands full with King's Quest III. You lower the tapestry and smooth out the wrinkles. Wow.
I love how
Easter
Sierra
eggs.
calls out to other games that they have. Like sometimes it's like Space Quest and sometimes it's King's Quest. Here's our humble little bedroom.
Easter eggs so early in the game.
Yeah. I thought that was so clever when I first looked behind the tapestry because I was hoping it would be like find some object. No, it's just a little Easter egg. Anyway, so this is your pitiful little bedchamber compared to Manannan's fine room. Yours is almost a cell. The bed is hard and uncomfortable with only a threadbare blanket and a small flat pillow. The other furnishings are junk. But poor as it is, it's your own haven, and as the wizard never enters it.
Wait, so you're safe here. You're not gonna die.
Yes, and that's like a thing that is important because, oh, sorry. You can actually do cute little animations there.
Negro says this is the first Easter egg in the history of gaming. I doubt that.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. That's cool. Oh, look, underbed. So interesting to note about that. The fact that it even notices. Oops. I cannot type. No, fun fact, this game really helped me hone in my typing skills, like because there's parts in the game later that you have to type certain things perfectly, otherwise you die in very interesting ways.
So some of us learned typing by playing Mario Typing, and you just played King's Quest 3 instead?
Yep.
Well.
Yep. Other people I know learned English by playing Sierra games. So Neil
I learned English by playing LucasArts games.
He did. No, he played it with Sierra games.
So the problem with Sierra games is the fact that with text parsers, you don't have to, create a grammatically correct sentence in order for it to work. So it's not a great way to learn English.
Yeah, it's more like
with LucasArts. Yeah, with LucasArts you can assemble a sentence with the verbs and something, and then you can read it, and it actually makes sense. So it's better to learn English with LucasArts games.
I would agree.
That's my opinion. But with later games, when they stopped using the text parser, those are great games to play while learning English.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Gotta dump his chamber pot. You don't have to, because this is not one of the chores. But anyway, I think it's gross. This grossed me out as a kid because I didn't know that you just like dumped a chamber pot out of a window. I knew what a chamber pot was. I just never like thought about how you deal with it. You
Wait,
also, by the way,
so
I'm
we've been
making.
doing all of this stuff, but our score is still 0. What's up?
Yep. We
Wait,
just
the
fucked
mirror
up.
works if you if you walk in front of the mirror.
Here we go. 5 minutes and 8 seconds or whatever. He decides to go on a journey. So this is when we can actually kind of start playing the game.
Okay,
It's decided to take a journey. Yeah, let's save the game.
that's it.
What's that? I just want to save the game because
Okay,
in the game you need to save early, save often. You can just say banana goes on trip. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I go raid his room. You look at the bed chamber, you see fine furnishings from a regal bed to a beautifully carved closet. Note the closet. You can't help but compare this handsome room. Mhm.
so Ozzy Astaroth says there are certain things you have to hide under the bed when you get them, because if you have any of the items when the wizard appears, he'll kill you.
Yep.
For
So we just grabbed a hand mirror. So like hit tab and here's the inventory. So anything that has an asterisk next to it is an item that Banana doesn't want you to have. And if you're caught with it, you will die. Like he'll just vaporize you. And the mirror that I just grabbed out of the dresser is one of those things. Let's see. I'm gonna open these. Oh my god. I love how they're like,
the
you can't stand up.
the tapestry looks like the developers were trying to show off the EGA abilities of presenting more colors than CGA.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I did it automatically. Open closet. Look behind clothes. An ancient parchment scroll. Its ink has
Wow.
faded, but it could be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave with everything else exactly as it was. Clothes. Closet.
Wait, we forgot to mention the fact that you have an actual big box of
Oh, yes.
King's
Ooh,
Quest 3.
so I have it handy too. So as I've gotten to be middle age, I've always wanted to go back and reacquire the games that I loved when I was a kid, because when I went to college, somehow my mom made them disappear, which is just soul crushing because I had like the funky angle box one from Gabriel Knight, which is like one of the hottest collector things. Plus, it's such an awesome game. And anyway, I recently acquired the Black Box King's Quest 3. And when we were shooting Ken and Roberta, I don't know if you can see it, but I got them to both sign it, Roberta in gold, and then Ken is in the silver. But
Wow,
yeah, this is like
this is mint condition.
it's not mint, but it's darn good. Like it's pretty. It's I got lucky. Like if you look at some of the corners, there's like not perfect, but like I didn't buy it because I wanted mint because those are like thousands of dollars. But anyway, but the box itself is really good. Like the gatefold is still pretty great. Sorry, the green screen is like anyway, but it's gorgeous and like it has all the discs inside and the manual, which you do need to play this game unless you're playing like a cracked version. Um, it's gorgeous. And it's the reason why the black box is important is because this is one of the original ones, like the original designs, because Sierra loved to change the packaging fairly regularly. I think it was just to like sell, in an attempt to
Make more
sell more.
money.
Yeah, like make more money. Like they were very big on like if something doesn't work, try something else. And they were just really, what they would now say in tech, like um, fail fast, fail, just try, iterate, and they were big on this. But this is, as far as I know, like one of the original designs for the King's Quest 3, which
So they did kind of like A/B testing in stores.
they didn't do A/B testing. They just did one thing, and if it would probably sell some and then slow down, and then they would just release a new box color. Like I think King's Quest 6 is got the most variations. Like it's got a red box, a purple box, like white box, black box. There's like probably at least 5 or 6 versions that I'm aware of, and there's probably a lot more that I'm not aware of. And sometimes in other countries, they would do wholly uniquely different box designs for like maybe France or I don't know, Germany or something. Yeah, so they were big on varying the things because, you know, to be honest, like it's not bad because back when you bought games from stores instead of digital purchases, like you had to grab people's attention on the shelves themselves. And if they had already seen this before, months later they visit again. Well, if the box was different, they might catch their eye again and they might buy it this time if they didn't buy it the last time. So there is something to that. Merchandising is a very important part of marketing. Or it was more important back in the more physical days, but yeah. But yeah, I'm just so happy. Like they both signed it for me.
Wow.
Just because we were up there shooting. They invited us to their house, like to their house, one of their homes. Uh, and we got to shoot like an entire long day, and we did some early promo footage, and that's where like that Legends of Adventure website has like a beautiful new photo of them because it was taken in their house. But we shot hours and hours and hours and hours already of them talking about the various history and things that happened. But of course, during a break, I asked very nicely if they would sign, and they were like, "Of course." So I might have to take this and be buried with it. Like this is probably my new prized possession. So I need to get it in a protective box or something, but I'm just so excited to have it. But yes, the I knew that buying old box games that I loved was going to be going down a rabbit hole because I had always wanted, like I said, I'd always wanted to start to reacquire decent boxes of games that I love. Well, just in the last 2 months, you can't see off this screen, but sitting next to me, I started with King's Quest 3, and then I bought the black box of King's Quest 2 because I found it and it was like too good of a deal. And then I accidentally double bought King's Quest 4, King's Quest 8, Police Quest 1 and 3, and then there's about 10 more boxes behind me that I have not opened yet because I decided I'm going a little crazy buying all these games that I've always wanted to do anyway. I'm going to do a bunch of unboxing videos for social media or something. And so there's probably 10 more sitting right behind me. So my collection went from one to about almost 20 in like 2 months. So my wallet is hurting, but I'm so happy with it. I'm so,
How do you accidentally buy 2 copies of King's Quest 4? It couldn't have been
oh,
cheap.
so, a lot of people sell them on eBay, but I bought one of them I found a pretty excellent copy. I think it was one of those late night things where like I forgot that I had put a bid on one on eBay, not realizing that I hadn't won it yet. And then I found this other one around the same time on another website. And I think it was like goodwill.com, which is not a place that I thought would have a game, especially a retro game, but bought it. I just was like, I love that game. I love that one a lot. So I ended up with two, and they're both really good. So what I might do is like when I get to see Ken and Roberta again, I might ask if they'll just sign both, and then maybe I'll give one away as like a really awesome, I don't know, to a big super fan, and make somebody else's day with it because I could keep two, but I really just need the one. Yeah. So that's
Get Ken and Roberta to sign all of them and then sell them for millions of dollars on eBay.
Oh, I don't think I could part with them. Like I could part with extras. I don't think I could part with the individuals though, but I have been cool. It's bad. Like when I go to the fanfare when a bunch of the alumni game designers are going to be there, like the Corey and Laurie Cole are going to be there, Gene Jensen's going to be there, Al Lowe will be there, like the Williams will be there, and more. I'm probably going to have a whole piece of large luggage just to gently carry all these up there to keep them safe, and I'll have them bubble wrap padded and everything. But yeah, no, these are gonna mostly stay with me, mostly. Okay, this is a side step from Sierra, but can I show you something else that I just acquired and I love it so
Sure.
much? It is an adventure game. So if you like LucasArts games, and
I do.
I'm obsessed with LucasArts games too, but in particular, one of the guys that did a lot of the art for like Monkey Island and some others, his name is Bill Tiller, and he is just like the nicest guy. And when I started working in games, my first job was at PlayStation here in North America, and my boss worked at LucasArts previously. And then one day he would always have like random old friends from the industry come in and just say hi or whatever. well, my boss knew I loved adventure games and I also like vampires. And he's like, "Hey, Kate, come in here. I want to introduce you to someone." And he introduced me to this, nice, friendly looking face, and it was Bill Tiller. And I got to meet him, and I was like, "Oh my God, wait, hold up. Are you the artist that did this?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, I'm like, "Oh, well, very nice to meet you." He's like, "I hear this might be something for you." And he handed me a copy of A Vampire Story. It's
Wow.
it's like Bill, so it's not a LucasArts game, but it's very much a Bill Teller game. All the
I
art
know,
is
I
everything.
played it on stream with him. We played the
Oh, you
Vampire
did?
Story.
Good. Yeah. So he gave me my first copy of this. Um, and when I went to grad school and moved out of the country, somehow it disappeared. So I reacquired a new, very excellent copy, to be honest. And it's actually factory sealed. It's not even open. The gatefold opens, but the box itself is still sealed. But I'm just so happy to get this because I'm such a fan of like Bill Taylor and like his art style. And but yeah, this was a game that he kind of dreamt up and found a publisher that would help fund it and whatever. And I think it's a very underrated game. I think it's darling, but
I agree.
that was another one of my other acquisitions. But that's the only non-CR game I have been acquiring lately. Is that one?
And he's working on a sequel these days.
That's what I hear. So I'm excited about that because this game is cute as hell. And if you haven't heard of it or played it, do so.
He should have given you a copy of The Curse of Monkey Island as well.
I mean, does he have an extra? Because I would take
I
that.
don't know. You'd think that they got like several copies when they, you know, when they read
It's
the
true, but like,
project.
it's true, and like they may or may not still have them, or maybe they gave them away over the years. Like, Ken Williams was very sweet to go dig in a crawl space to dig out some boxes of old stuff that they had that they were willing to show me or give me to, that may or may not be stuff that we may or may not have as part of the crowdfunding campaign. These one of a kinds that were straight from their personal collection, but yeah, you'd be surprised what they have or do not have. Like they might have a ton of like one issue of interactive magazine, or they may have like a selection of random other games that they may, that they worked on in some capacity. But yeah, some of the people that I've talked to, some of them have like good libraries. For example, one bummer, is Christy Marks. So she lives north of where I live, about 2 hours. I think it's like 3 hours now, but a couple of years ago when California had these extraordinary forest fires, her home burned to the ground and she lost everything. All her collected works, her original manuscripts, like Gem and the Holograms, game awards, like manuscripts, like she lost it all. And so her personal collection, and she had a vast collection of awesome stuff because um I've been talking with her probably for about 15 years. Um and she's just like this amazing, brilliant writer, but she lost everything. And that just it kills me because like she was very partial to all these things that she worked on, but they're just gone. And so her collection, unfortunately, is just vaporized, but or not vaporized, just burned down. But so whenever she gets her hands on like new copies of her old stuff or whatever, I'm like, she's happy to add it to her new collection. But not everybody has had the luck of being able to keep all the goodies that they worked on. So yeah, but luckily eBay is out there. You can find a lot of things on there.
The same thing happened with the Phantasmagoria 2 soundtrack. The original masters were lost in the fire.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh, that's soul crushing. Nature, what do you have to do with? Anyway, I've sidetracked us quite a bit if we want the audience to not be bored with my stories. Okay.
They're not. You can continue playing. In the meantime, I'll read Nelson's chat message. He wrote, "If you guys saw my collection, you'd lose your shit. Not the best out there, but really good."
Oh yeah.
And
I
he
don't doubt
said
it.
that the best thing is that he started collecting when not too many people were collecting, so he paid. Whoa! What happened?
I was hitting the arrow keys, but I don't know what just happened to the screen. For the audience, this is running on his computer and I'm remotely controlling it with the keyboard. I've never done this before, so
Yeah.
if I screwed something up, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, but no, Nielsen, like if you were able to get it back when probably everything was cheap. Like I've been pretty frugal about what I've been collecting lately because like some of these things are just out of control price and like, but I have been able to find some deals that I felt like were reasonable.
So he said
Um,
that since he started collecting before people actually started collecting online, then he paid at most like $25 per game, and the most he paid was $70 for GK1 Trapezoid,
oh, shut
the
up. Oh,
and
if you ever,
$100 for the Day of the Tentacle Pyramid. I remember Team Schaefer had
oh,
one. He gave away as another stretch goal. One of the tiers had the Pyramid Day of the Tentacle.
the triangle.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was like
yeah.
only if you donated $5,000 to the Double Fine Adventure.
Oh, that's amazing. I think the controls just decided to catch up with me.
No.
Okay.
Try. Whoa! What are you clicking?
I'm just clicking the right arrow.
The right arrow. Okay.
The right arrow button. Yeah,
Let me
not even the
stop.
mouse.
Let me stop the remote control. Let me restart it. Try to click the right. Wait.
I'm not touching anything.
Wait. Okay, now try to click the arrow keys. Nothing.
Okay, right, left. Okay, right, down.
Can you type?
Yes. I'm just gonna do gibberish. Nothing came through. Weird. It was working great before that. That's really weird.
That's it. We broke the game.
I broke it. Oh, wait. So it's doing it. It's just taking forever for my input to go.
No. I was doing it. Okay, try now. No, you know what? Don't try now. Wait a second. Sorry for technical difficulties, everyone. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that. Is this working?
Should I try it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're back. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not switch windows.
I don't know how they did that because I just hit the right button. Ooh, this one took me a long time to figure out as a kid. You run your hand along the top of the closet. Suddenly you touch something metallic. Grabbing it, you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock? So I want to make sure we have everything. Brass key, rose essence, the mirror, and the magic. Yes. Okay. I think that's everything in this room. But we have a time clock. Oh yeah, can you go ahead and save it one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Save.
Save early, save often. This is not a LucasArts game that is more forgiving. Going upstairs. There's the cat.
You've entered the musty tower of the old wizard's house. A polished brass telescope is directed at a window. From here, Mananan spies upon the poor occupants of Ludor.
I think it's Ludor. That's how I always
Okay,
pronounce it.
let's pronounce it Ludor for this live stream.
Wait. What's happening? Did I lose it again?
Try typing.
Yes. Come on, Zoom. What are you doing? Okay.
Are you clicking the Windows button by any chance? Or
I'm on
using
a
a
Mac.
Mac?
We don't have a Windows button.
Okay. Are you using the Alt button?
No.
Okay. You want me to move him?
Yeah, you can do it. I was just gonna say like use telescope, like and just kind of it's kind of fun to do. It's totally unnecessary.
Okay.
The thing that we need up there is we need to look at the fly and grab the wings off that fly that's on the ground.
Okay. Stop. Okay, so I think the fact that You were on your Mac. Broke my computer. Okay, use telescope.
I think that's the phrase that'll do it. You put your eye to the glass. It amazes you how near everything seems. You can even see squirrels climbing faraway trees. No wonder the wizard knows all the activities in Ludor.
Wow. Okay,
Okay,
what
so
now? Is there something
just
on the
say,
floor?
see that little black and white pixels? That's a
Yeah.
fly. Just say pick up fly.
Pick up the flag?
Fly
Oh, fly.
like a bug.
Pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustingly, you look at it. I don't want to carry around the dead fly thing. Picking off its wings. What? So he's disgusted by the fly, but not disgusted by its wings as a separate item?
Yes. Because they might be what? Magical. Okay, you can go back downstairs now.
Okay, let's see.
So we can go downstairs one more time to the kitchen.
So this is how you go down the stairs. You repeatedly click down and right or down and left.
So on my current keyboard, I don't have an 8-way arrow keys. I only have the left, right, and down.
Oh, so with the numlock, does it work with the numlock? Wait, let me activate the numlock. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so let's grab all the junk in the kitchen. Go to the right. You can grab that mug or the cup on the table.
Mug. It's a mug. Pick up cup.
Yeah. You can look at the moose. That's like a recurring stuffed thing that happens in many games. It's totally not necessary. It's just kind of fun.
Scrutinize the moose head very carefully, but you see it is nothing but an old head. You do feel sorry for the poor thing. Wow. Well done on the empathy.
Yeah, so if you can get close enough to the cat, just say pick up cat when you're standing close enough to it. Okay, you have to be like right up on him. It's tricky though, because you need to get some cat hair. We can always do this later, but I figured since he's here. Okay, say take hair.
Managed to pluck some
Go back,
fur.
everybody. This cat is evil and he tries to kill you on the stairs a lot.
No animals were harmed during the production of this game. Let's save.
Yeah.
And can we overwrite previous save games, or do you want me to save a new save game every time?
We should keep one really old one, just in case I really screwed up something, but I think in general we can mostly save over them, but that might be like words I regret later, but go ahead and go up to the kitchen.
Isn't this the kitchen? Oh, this is the kitchen. Okay.
That's the dining room. So grab the meat. Just grab all the food off the table.
So
you might say,
take a loaf of bread and carry it with you. Take the fruit and carry it with you. Take mutton chop and carry it with you. Wow! I didn't have to type them separately.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And then over there, hanging up above the broom, there's like a knife and a spoon. Grab those.
Knife. Yep, spoon. Take the wooden spoon from the iron rack and keep it with you. Well.
And I think that's it, but like just for fun, type look shelf because I just want to make sure there's nothing on the shelf I'm forgetting.
Chef, all many ingredients and kitchen implements for cooking. One useful item.
Grab the bowl. Something else.
Cool. Grab the clay ball from the kitchen shelf and put it with you. Awesome.
Okay. And you would think you would need that bucket, but I don't think you do. Go ahead and go down. And then left.
Wait, so what's the next time-dependent puzzle that we need to solve?
We need to go downtown to. We need to go down to the. Go ahead and go down outdoors, and then you can go. So see that yellow bag behind the chicken coop on the left? Like that's the chicken feed. You can I guess you don't have to do it. Just open the gate, which is that pink set of bars. Um, I forgot the feeding the chickens is just one of the chores that Banana might tell you to do. Okay, so get close to the chickens and try to grab one.
Okay, you've managed to catch a chicken, but what are you going to do with it?
Oh, take a feather. Oop, good. Okay, you can go through the gate
Do I need
again.
to take the chicken feed?
No, that's just like one of the chores. He might just say, go feed the chickens or whatever, and that's you have to go back and around the left side of it. But we don't want to waste time
Screw the
because
chickens.
yeah. Okay, so
Can I walk
save.
downwards or am I going to die?
Um, I mean, you can walk downwards, but look at the map. Now might be the time to use the magic map. Okay, so see, it's all blurry now, so you can hit enter.
F6 to teleport, F8 to put the map away.
So there's nothing here yet. So we have to go manually down the scary mountain one time by ourselves. And so you can just exit out of here. And then, okay, walk down the mountain. Now we did save it, so it's going to be very slow going, but and you might want to put your speed down to normal. Okay, so I just got to gently
Wait,
ease
I'm
on
gonna
down.
die?
Yeah, like don't fall off the cliff. Just kind of wiggle around. You might want to save like every inch or two.
This is stressful.
Welcome to Sierra Games. And
Okay,
then
so
just walk
Oz,
straight right past that big chunky rock.
Ozzy Astaroth says the house definitely looks bigger on the inside. This is like, you know, the November Rain music video for Guns N'
Stop and save
Roses.
right there. Ah!
Did I die?
Oh no! Oh thank God!
Wow.
You're doing this way too well. Like without saving, I've been like nervous. Okay, you can still die here, so just carefully stay on that path. Because you can still fall down. Like at some point, you get down lower, you can fall and you won't die, but up there you will.
You know, I feel like in this case, ignorance is bliss. You guys had the childhood trauma of playing this game as kids, so probably traumatized you to die each time.
Oh yeah, like especially when your dexterity as like a kid is like not so great. Okay. Whew.
Hey!
Okay, so look at the map again, and you should see something new, I think. Just type look map.
Look map.
See, the base of the house is now on the map, so you can teleport to this area anytime you want. Okay. That's it. I just wanted to show you so you can escape. So save it, and then we're going to go exploring. And just like any King's Quest game, there's random things that may or may not appear on every screen that may or may not kill you. So we can go left or down, it doesn't matter.
Use the mouse.
Okay, so type look.
Look. Soft loamy soil of the forest here gives way to the sands of the great desert stretching off to the west.
Look at that cactus.
As an example of the species, but not one you'd care to handle. Look at those thorns. Pick up thorns? Or would I die?
No, it'll just be like whatever. How about this? Use knife on cactus.
Use knife on cactus.
What's the phrase? Is it like cut?
How can you
cactus
use that which you don't have? I don't have the knife. I picked it up.
I thought you did too. Knife and spoon. Wait a second. Hit tab to see the inventory. Yeah, there is a knife. Okay, it's on the left.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, knife. So use knife on cactus. How can you use that which you don't have?
Oh wait,
what?
cut. How about cut cactus with knife? Can't remember.
Handsome example. No.
Okay, maybe this is not the right cactus.
Do I have a knife?
You do have one. Okay, let's just go down.
I found a 40-year-old bug.
Yeah. Okay, type look.
Look.
Beautiful trees of the forest to the east grow sparse as they reach the edge of the great desert to the west. You do notice one particularly large oak tree. What a fine oak, you think. Look at the ground.
Look at ground. There's nothing of interest in. Acorns scattered. Pick up
Take
acorns. Be
just go
closer.
walk.
Pick and poke among the fallen acorns, looking for dried ones. You don't find any. These are all new and fallen. Okay. Is there a problem?
Go to the, well, we need some, and I know you can get some. So just walk to a different section, like walk to the right, or maybe.
Pick up acorn.
You eventually find 3. Good. Okay, cool.
So I have acorns.
Yeah, but
Do I need a specific number?
No, it grabbed 3 for you, so I think that's all we need.
Okay.
So look at that hole in the bottom of the tree, because that looks like something similar to King's Quest 1, no 2.
At the bottom of the tree?
Look in hole in like I think it's just in hole.
Look in hole.
There you go.
Look a hole.
What do you call me?
You lie down on the ground and look into the small hole. It is too dark inside to see anything.
Reach in hole.
Reaching hole. Lie down on the ground and reach into the small hole. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. Pull it, and to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. Wow, this is magnificent. Okay, can I climb this? Will I die? Should I save?
You can go up, but get ready to save as soon as you get upstairs. So the treehouse is probably not. It's our first death. Oh no. Honestly, the fact that we've gotten this far without dying once is like impressive. Like just getting down the mountain. Okay, so when you get close to the top, hit left. And you can also just stop when you get kind of close to the top, just hit up again and it'll stop. There you go. So if you walk in there may be. Ooh, he's asleep. Okay, so quietly go get that whatever sack that's on the table.
What do you mean quietly? I'm walking here.
Walking, yeah.
Pick up sack. It's a
I
noise.
forgot what they call it, like purse maybe.
There's a leather coin purse. Pick up purse. Left the coin purse off the table. Practically out from other. Well,
I usually don't attempt this early in the game, so this is pretty cool. And then there's a cabinet back there, but that's.
I'm telling you, ignorance is bliss. Apart from these pretty annoying deaths.
So I think on the way down, you actually have to say climb ladder down. I think. There you go.
What?
Just reload. Do that again until he's asleep again. It's
How do I know?
Okay, get to the ledge here and then save it. Okay. I would save it on the ledge there, so you don't have to do this ladder BS because it's dicey. Okay. Save it.
Ladder BS.
It is BS. Let's hope that the darn guy is sleeping in it. Oh no. We got lucky that one time. Wow, I'm impressed.
Beginner's luck. So I think that's already determined because we're up the stairs. Maybe we should use the previous one.
Maybe. I'm not sure how the logic works. I'm sure somebody else has figured it out, but we can come back later. That's okay. We don't have to do this now. Yeah.
Last time. I should have saved. I should have saved after I picked up a purse.
Oh, he's there. Oh. Okay. You can grab coin purse.
Wait, save. Okay.
You're learning.
Jeez. I mean, that's my main problem with the early Sierra adventure games. It's hard to immerse yourself in the game when you're dealing with
Anxiety.
saving the game, because saving the game takes you out of the game. You have the save menu, and
I mean, like, it's the old Sierra versus LucasArts style conversation. Like, LucasArts iterated on this because they were just like frustrated on it, but like, I don't know. I think it's because I was used to it. I like how lighthearted the LucasArts games are because they basically just don't let you die. But I guess I'm so used to this. I did ask Roberta, I was like, what do you think about LucasArts making stuff simpler? And she's like, I think people should be able to get killed easily all the time. And I was like, okay. She's like, look, I'm old school. That's just how we did it. Like when you play Dungeons and Dragons, like there's a good chance you might die on a campaign before all your friends do, and then you're bored for like days. Okay, type look again.
the soft loamy soil of the forest here gives way to the sand. Okay, so it's the same thing.
This is like one of those scenes that doesn't really have anything. Type look again. I don't think this is another. I don't think there's anything here either. But
No.
So the desert, I'm skirting that because
Hey, birds.
yeah. Oh no. So they're gonna get. They're gonna steal all of our stuff. Okay, that's
Is
right.
this part of the game?
No. We're not dead. They just steal your stuff. So go down. Hopefully they won't pop out again. Okay, so okay.
So Gunther asks, Rainbow Quest wasn't for the Coco, right? That's the one that's turned up so far.
For the what?
Coco.
No, it was on a 8088, I think is what we no. What was it? It was an early
8086.
yeah. It was before a 286 because I think
So the 8086.
yeah, something like that. Written in GW Basic because that's all we had our hands on at the time. Okay.
Wait, so it's okay that they took all of my stuff?
No. I mean, so the way to get it back is you go back to the tree and you have to hopefully they're not there or they're sleeping. So here's the tree. You're at it. You just have to reach your hand in and pull the ladder down again.
Oh.
Wait, go back. Because this is their little hideout, right?
Mm-hmm. In hall. Look in hall, a-hole. Okay. Ladder BS2. Okay, now check this out. I'm gonna get everything on the first. Never mind.
By the way, so I forgot the time measure when Mananan gets back from his trip, but when he does, if we have anything magical or we don't have the stuff ready to go, then we can't.
So tell me, people actually enjoyed this back in the 80s?
I think so. It was a huge hit. I mean, it was a big seller. This one did like make people displeased about the time clock because they didn't bother to tell you that the time is not just sitting there.
I mean, the games were difficult enough without the time constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on! So, whenever he's in and awake, I have to die. I can't run away at all.
No, just reload the moment you see him.
Well, it is an immersive experience. I'm immersed in anger. Okay. Maybe I should leave this scene and then reach in home.
Yeah. You know what we could do is probably, if there's enough save files going back, we could probably do it before we got the stuff taken.
So we don't have to get... Okay, so we have a save game. Let's see. Letter BS. In letter BS, we have the person gold coins, right?
Yep.
So let's go down the stairs. Okay. Now, let's do the things that we have to do. So probably wandering around would lead to us getting robbed. So maybe we should focus on the things we actually have to do. What do we have to do?
See, that's the thing is I haven't played it in years. So like, I think what we need to do is go. Oh my god. Pause the game, hit escape. I think that pauses the time clock. Okay, it does. Okay. Let's see. We have the feathers, we have because what we need to do, we need to go find the porridge and we need to because I think Menenen's coming back in like probably, I'm guessing 8 minutes. I think at the 30-minute mark. So okay.
So we have to use the map. We have to like look map.
Yeah, see, but it only lights up one. So let's go.
And then we can go over here.
You can go there and then down.
Map. Look map. Okay, how do I get to the castle, to the mansion? Over here? This one?
You have to manually walk back up the hill.
Oh, so I can't walk up
You
the
can
hill?
only go to the block. You can't choose where precisely you get to go.
I want to cry.
You need to save more often. Like, I'm not kidding. Like every 10 seconds if you want, just like do it fast. Yeah, that we kind of just got used to saving all the time. Like, I don't know.
Look map. No!
You're doing.
Rainbow update. Rainbow update. Rainbow Quest update. Sadly, no trace by the detective on the Exodus Discord.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked myself on and off for years, and I've not my Google foo has not found it, so maybe lost. I keep hoping, maybe one day. Let's see. Go
Okay.
down. Before we go back to the house, we need to. I think we need to go get the porridge. Actually, let me pull out the manual because this has the magic spells in here. Ooh, original spellbook, yes.
Wait, the original spellbook is the copy protection, or is it?
It is the copy protection. It tells you ingredients you need to collect, and then it also tells you the directions on how to make the magic potions and whatever. Okay. Okay. Actually, no, don't go up. Reload.
Why?
And then we need to get a two spoonfuls of fish oil, and I think that's in the little. You were so good before, and then now you feel our pain. Okay, so go down. Keep going down. Okay, so save here. This is the Three Bears house. They're probably at home, but open the door and see if they're in. Okay, oh, they're not. but there's no food. Okay, weird. I think. Wait, go upstairs. Oh, no, wait, look around. I'm sorry. Just always look because that tells you what you need.
You're in a charming home of the three bears. Mama Bear certainly does keep her house nice and cozy.
Okay, you can go upstairs, I guess. Open the drawers. I can't remember if there's anything up here that we need, but when in doubt, open the drawers.
You open the drawer, and among the clothes, you see a pretty silver thimble.
I take thimble.
Big thimble. Pick up the thimble and carry it with you. Okay.
Okay, close the drawer.
Close drawer.
And I think that's it. So we can go downstairs.
You can tell I'm a LucasArts fan because you kept on asking me to use the take verb, and I kept on using the pickup because that's what I'm used to from LucasArts games. But now I tried take for the first time. Okay, now what?
Type look in here and see. I can't remember if there's something we need to get here.
No.
Let's see. It's not. Wait, look at fireplace. See what that says.
No.
I mean, like
I was died. Look, fireplace. There is a cheery fire crackling in the fireplace, even though it's summer.
okay, you can go ahead and leave now. Go out and down. Look at the flowers. Just type it.
There are lovely flowers
Okay.
growing in this well. Their sweet scent and beautiful colors delight you. Wait, it seems like we have some lag, but it seems like it's clearing up right now, so
Okay.
lag should clear up. Thimbleweed Park. Okay.
Let's say pick flowers.
They may be protected. One will spoil the lovely flower bed by picking. You see?
I think we have to get dew from these flowers. So say get thimble full of dew. I think they have it. It's thimble full of dew. It's like DEW. Yeah, I think that's the phrase. Just say get dew. Let's see what that does.
Holding the silver thimble beneath the dew-filled flower, gently tip the flower so its dew runs into the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew. Wow.
I don't remember how I figured that out as a kid, but I knew you needed a thimble full of dew in one of the magic storms.
Okay, so Gunther says that we need to get back now.
Okay, so
Cade 9.
But we don't have the fish oil, do we?
No, we don't.
Go
Look
to
map.
the right real quick. Go to the right. We need to go to the town. Go
Okay.
right.
All right.
Because the inn over here, there's like a little shop, a general store. We need to go in there. We have the coin. Okay, yeah, go in the store and just pet the dog and then buy everything that he has real quick.
Do I have to pet the dog? It's
You need
essential.
the dog. Maybe the first game that you pet the dog. Okay, so look at the shelves. Or after you pet the dog. This might be the first game that I'm aware of that you can pet the dog, because that's like a thing now.
Okay. So
Maybe that dog is wagging its tail. Oh, okay. So talk to man and then look at the shelves, I guess.
storekeeper, no, what can I do for you? Fish oil?
Yeah. Just like buy fish oil. Let's see.
Was purchased, sir. The balding storekeeper states you will find no better fish oil in the land. That will be
Look
one
at the
gold.
shelves. We basically need to buy everything that they have. Let's see. Leather pouches, salt, fish oil, and lard. Okay, so buy the pouch, the salt, and the lard.
Wise purchase. Okay.
Buy the salt.
Buy salt.
And then buy the lard.
Buy lard. Ow. This is nerve-wracking. Okay, do I need to pay him or did I already pay?
You already paid him.
Okay. Save.
Trained you. I'm getting there.
G10.
Yeah. So you use the magic map and go back to the base of the house and then walk up the hill.
I mean, you do realize that with LucasArts games, I usually have.
I'm sorry. Go back to the Three Bears house, which is down below, because we need to get the porridge, and it wasn't in the house this time. Okay, so this is gonna be like leave the scene and then come right back in. Just like go right and then back up. No, don't go in the house. Just like leave this, go down, and then back up.
Why?
Because we want to trigger a random event of seeing the bears leave.
Oh, okay.
We're coming back. Okay, so leave again. Go back up. Oh, there's mom in the flower beds. Okay, just leave again. Go back. Okay. Now that they're leaving, okay. You can save it, yes. Now just go into the house and there should be some food on the table. Some porridge, perhaps. Yeah, grab the porridge.
Bowl.
Okay, because there's like the, okay, good. Now go back to the house.
I need to get all of them?
No, you just need the one of them. Yeah. Okay, go back to the house as fast as you can. Use the map.
So Gunther is calling me a dead man walking, so are we doomed?
Yeah, we might be, because like, I don't think we got all the stuff. Yeah, we might have, we probably need to just skim off a couple minutes somewhere, but it's always nice to wait and play this game after a few years because it's still kind of fresh. I know the basics, but like the details are fuzzy. But yeah, okay. So this is the lovely part. I don't know how you do this so easily. It gives me a heart attack.
I'm living on the edge, Cade.
Literally.
How do I? Okay.
It gives me anxiety.
Now what?
Just go, yeah, go down there. Yeah, just walk. There you go. Okay, go in the house.
Yay me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go up into his office right there. Straight ahead. Okay, we need to open. Oh wait. Okay, so
Take your time.
that cabinet on the bottom left, open that cabinet. I can't remember. Oh yeah, unlock cabinet because we already have the key. Okay, and then
Fade away.
Okay,
Take
so
it with you. Okay.
yeah.
So I have it.
Okay. Okay, go on the right side of the screen. Okay, good. Oh, oh no, he's found us. We're gonna get terminated. I swear they did the same animation for poor Roger Wilco in some of the other spaces. He gets zapped. Okay, so it gets back at 30 minutes and like 10 seconds. Okay, so yeah, we're basically dead because what we have to do is go get the magic wand, open the trap door in his office, go all the way downstairs, and then we have to do a spell, and then we have to go up to our bedroom, hide everything except for the spell thing and then the porridge. So there's no way we can do it on this one. We're gonna have to backtrack quite a bit.
No, we have to do it on this one. Wait. He appears. When does he appear?
I think in about 6 more seconds.
So we have
I think
30. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh wait, you know what? We could try something. Well, okay, so
No, wait. Let's change the speed. Changing the speed doesn't change the
what you could do is go all the way
open door.
upstairs to the
Wait.
bedroom. You go bedroom. No,
Let me
no, 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 no.
unlock cabinet.
There's no way we can do this in 20 seconds.
What now? What now?
Go up the stairs. Go upstairs to your bedroom really quickly, and then hide everything. Type hide everything under your bed when you get next to your bed.
I need to get better at walking up the stairs. Where's the bed? This one?
Right there. Go back. Just say hide.
Hide
stuff.
under bed.
Hide stuff.
Hide stuff. Hide stuff under bed.
Just yeah. Okay. Woo. I think you literally. Okay. Woo. Okay. So if you leave the room, because this is one of those safe spaces, we're in a safe space. But
See,
you don't have any of those incriminating things in your inventory now. So, but he's back from his trip, so maybe we can.
you see, these are the benefits of speedrunning games.
You get good. Yeah, I can see that. But see, he should be back from his trip yet. That's weird. Just checking it. Oh man, we just won. Got busted. Okay, so because you hid the wand under the bed, he's gonna bust us every time now. I think we have to load back far enough to where we didn't take the wand.
Why? But we're home free.
Because he knows that the wand is missing, and he's just gonna blame us and kill us anyway.
Yeah, but we have enough time to do stuff.
Well, the thing that we have to do now, like assuming we can get through the house without him killing us, is take all the stuff. We have to go down into his underground secret lair under his office. Okay, so go back to his office. We can try this. I don't think we're gonna make it very far before he kills us. Downstairs.
Wait.
3, 2, 1. Okay, so what you're gonna do is go. No, keep going, keep going. Oh, darn. See, because of this time restriction one, this is the game that frustrates everybody because of it. But okay, so go into his office and go immediately to the right side of the bookshelf. If you already have the wand, which I think you do.
I don't have the wand. I have nothing.
Oh, well, we can't do anything unless we get the magic ingredients.
Okay.
Which is what all the little asterisk things are. So say get stuff.
Pick up wand. Okay, so I have the wand. Okay, I have the wand.
Okay. I'm gonna try to put it back when we can, yeah.
So Gunther is suggesting. Okay, pick up wand. Last try. So Gunther suggests that we reload the game from outside the mansion door, hide the stuff, and not take the wand.
Yeah, I would say don't take the wand because that's the one thing that you can get busted for even if you don't have it on you. But if it's missing.
But, okay, I have it. But now what?
Wait, you do have it or don't?
I have it. I have it. Here it is.
Oh, no. You need to put it back.
What do I need to do with the wand in his room?
You need to put it back in the cabinet.
Oh, okay.
Because Menendez is getting mad that his wand is missing, so we need to put it back so he won't get mad. I've never actually tried to do this. I usually just reload farther back and then try it, but it's kind of fun to explore this. So just say open cabinet.
Unlock cabinet. No, what? Oh, I don't have the key.
The key. Oh no.
Pick up key.
Okay.
Pick up wand. Okay.
Okay, so unlock cabinet, put wand away. Okay, now I think, but you still have the key on your position. I don't know if that key is. Oh, I guess he just took the key, whatever. So we have to go steal it back from the bedroom. Okay. Oh, he killed us anyway. I thought he was just gonna leave. The key is also one of those things that he will get mad at.
Okay, one last try with a key and then I'll reload outside the door. Okay? Pick up wand. Pick up key. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hide my stuff and change the speed to fastest.
Yep.
Open door. Go up the stairs. There has to be a faster way.
Yeah, this is gonna be tricky because I usually try to make the spell that you need to like take out Mananan before he gets back, but it might work this way too. Hid stuff under bed. Yes. Okay. And we did not get the wand, so I think we're Humphrey for now. Wait, did we get the wand? We did not, right? No, we just
No.
walked in the house. So we should be fine for now.
Okay, so now what?
So just walk around the house. We're gonna have to. I'm hoping, and I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I hope that maybe Mananan will be like make us wait about 5 minutes, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take another trip," like because that would be great. Because the only time you can do stuff is when he's on a trip. He's just snooping. Okay, so you can feed him mutton. You can feed him the bread or the mutton, whatever. He'll be in the dining room.
Man is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly or dire consequences may result.
You can
Okay.
just say give food. It doesn't matter, mutton or give food to Mananan.
You wizard. You have no food. I don't have it in my inventory. I need to get it back? And
Well, it's not gonna be in the kitchen. Yeah, hurry up and go to get it.
I hate this game.
Yeah. I've never actually fed him anything except for the porridge before, but I know that you can feed him the mutton and some other stuff, but like, so say get bread, get mutton, bread.
Get bread. Thanks for
I would say
mutton.
yeah, I would say get mutton. M-U-T-T, is it O-N? Or
M-U-T-T-E-N. Am I wrong?
I think it's
Get meat?
mutton is with an O, M-U-T-T-O-N.
Oh, okay.
English is weird, let's be honest. Give mutton, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
So now he's calm, chilling. I don't know, like if he's gonna sit here eating for a long time. Like I don't think we're free to just roam about like his office and stuff again. We could try it. I would save it here though.
Salvius the wizard enjoyed his meal as he lets out a satisfied belch. He rises and leaves without so much as a thank you. Okay. Bye, Mananan. Okay, now what?
Let's go to the room and get all the stuff, but save it before you leave the bedroom because I don't know. I don't think he's gone on another trip yet. Okay, save it. Because he still might be roaming around the house, and if he catches us with any of that stuff, we're in trouble. Okay, what I think we should do now is go try to
Try to do what?
go down to his office right there, and then we need to go pull the trap door, and we need to get the magic wand, and we need to go downstairs and make some magic spells.
The wizard is writing in his desk. He looks up from his work and greets you with a scowl. Boy, you know I don't like you to enter my private study, especially when I'm writing. He growls. Leave now, or I'll make you leave.
Maybe we didn't leave fast enough or whatever.
Thanks for mutton.
So if he's in there, and they turn around immediately because if you like, because also all the animations, including other animations, go faster, I think.
Trying to find the exact angle in which I can go down the stairs without too many movements. Okay. Okay. Place stuff under bed.
The only other thing I could think of that probably would work is like if we wait, like I don't know, because I think he leaves on trips like after 5 minutes. So if we wait until he goes on another trip, I've never actually done that though, so I'm not sure if we will. But one of the other audience may know. I'm not sure.
Psycho wizard. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Come on.
We can't go down the mountain while he's here because he'll kill us for trying, and then if we can't carry anything because he'll kill us for trying.
Hey.
But he hasn't left on a trip.
No, I don't have the key.
Yeah. But he's still I think we have to wait till he goes on another trip, like because that's the
Let's
only time
try. We don't have anything better to do. Get stuff.
Wait, do we already have the inventory stuff?
We have the maybe I should, the key is something he's
Oh, if you confiscated the key, then it's on top of it closet.
Wait.
Okay.
I got the wand.
Okay. So busted.
Okay, I'll wait until he leaves.
Yeah, I think because
Stuff
wandering
on the
around the
bed.
house with anything is like just a matter of time before he kills you.
Okay, so the inventory is empty. Okay, so I just wait. I just sit and wait.
We can go feed the chickens, kill some time. So go up around don't fall off the ledge, but just go around the upper side of that fence.
You only
Just
feed
say
chickens.
Okay, so you need to go up and around that upper. So see how that little fence? Okay.
Wait, can I feed
I think you have
chicken?
to go outside the gate, up to the right, around the fence towards the chicken feed, and then you can say feed chickens.
Like from over here?
Yeah.
Who are you people who prefer to play this game instead of any other LucasArts game?
Remember, this was the OG stuff. I love both. I love them both a lot. So when I was a kid, I didn't understand a lot of the Monkey Island like insult puzzle stuff. I was like, what the hell is this stupid sword butting? I thought it was so boring, and then I realized like, oh wait, I answered the right question once, and then I was like, oh, this is a silly puzzle. And then I was like, okay, cool, but like I didn't quite get the LucasArts humor when I was like super young, so it took me a bit to figure it out. Uh, but I love it. I love it.
Okay. Did I get any points for feeding the chicken? The chickens?
I do agree how tiny his little house looks, but yet it goes inside and it's like 3 or 4 stories, like plus a plus a hidden layer underneath.
It always seemed to me that any drawings that were done by mouse and not based on actual drawings that were done by hand, the perspective is always wrong. It's always off. I mean, look at this part as opposed to this part. The perspective is all wrong. You talked about different cover art for various Sierra games. When they would just change the colors of the background. But for King's Quest VII, which came out buggy as hell for Christmas 1994, they released it a year later with bug fixes with a different cover art altogether, not just the background.
Oh, I know. Sitting behind me in boxes, I ordered one of each of the two.
Wow.
Like, I love King Quest 7, and I know they have like the castle design box, and then they have the one where like Militia, I think that's her name, like the evil lady. She's on the front cover, and I liked that one better because it was much more vibrant and like colorful. But because the castle one looks ominous, but it's all pretty gray kind of tones. But um, like I said, Ken loved to change box art all the time. So
what offending ingredients did I have?
I don't know. I thought you had nothing.
That's all I had.
That's weird. It might be one of those things where like if we missed doing all the things we had to do while he was on the trip the first time, because I don't know if he goes on another trip. It might be just a way to like force you to start over because like there's nothing here that's offensive because there's no asterisk next to it. So I don't know. It's very strange. What we could do is like go way back to another save load that has like plenty more time because we now know that he gets home around 30 minutes and 10 seconds.
No.
And then we gotta hustle through the town and get everything that we need really quickly.
Oh, we have a wow. Why do we have the stuff? Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, literally any of those is gonna get us killed. I guess you can run upstairs and try to hide it real quick.
This is more stressful than Doom 3. Doom 3 was very stressful because you'd have to use a flashlight to see. Walk faster. Open door. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. Okay. Put stuff on the bed. Okay. Grab the mutton. Wait, we already fed him, right? So we don't have to.
Yeah, we fed him. I think. Okay, now we wait.
Yeah. Walk from here.
Okay, so I don't have any of the offending items.
Oh,
And
okay. I do think that he does something else, like he goes to sleep or he takes another trip. I can't remember, but as long as you don't have anything bad on your possession, I think oh, okay, sweet.
awesome! Now can we do stuff?
I think so. I mean, we have to do it now, so go ahead and go upstairs, get your stuff.
Yeah. Now we're
We'll get,
talking.
we'll get you, my pretty. What I love is that in King's Quest V, you get to dispatch Manannan's evil brother, Marduk, which is great because they're both bastards. Mean MOFOs, mofos.
Okay,
Okay, go
so
get the phone.
do we have the wand?
No, I don't think so. Do we? No, because he looks and checks if you have the one. Okay. So
Okay,
now
we
go to the right of the bookshelf on the right and just say like move book. Well, yeah, save.
move book.
Yeah, but I think you have to be close. I think it's the reddish one on the bottom shelf. I think it's like you have to just be near it, close enough. Go up. Yeah, maybe one of those. And then there's a lever. It's just say pull lever or push lever. Boop. All right, cool. And save because there's less stairs and lots of easy way to die on these stairs, especially if the cat's there. If the cat's there, just go back upstairs. Okay, good. It's not there. Stupid cat. Okay. Look at the shelves and grab everything that it mentions that you might need, like jars or whatever. Okay, so powdered fishbone, nightshade juice, mandrake root powder, saffron, toadstool powder. We need all those.
Oh man. And do I have to use the exact name? Can't I just say pick up everything?
Maybe I never tried that. Okay, so say pick up bone, toadstool. I don't think you have to say the whole name. You just have to. Okay, okay. You can say pick up spittle, pick up toadstool.
So bone juice, juice powder, saffron. Pick up juice, pick up powder, pick up saffron. Did you pick up the powder? Pick up powder. There are many jars.
Mandrake root powder.
Oh.
Bookshelf.
Shells. Mandrake root powder. Pick up mandrake root powder. Awesome. Bookshelves.
And you have the
Saffron.
spittle.
Spill and toadstool powder. That's why we had two powders. Spill and toadstool powder. Toadstool powder. And spittle? Spill? No.
SPITTLE.
Shells. Spittle. Okay. Yep. Spittle. That's it.
Look at the. Okay. Is there anything on that right shelf? I don't think so, but
Bookshelves. No, it's the same thing. Okay.
So go to the book, save right now. This is the most dangerous part of the game right here that we're about to start.
Everything was dangerous up until this point.
Well, this is the most hard part then.
Jesus.
However, you're playing a version of the game that might be cracked, so maybe we don't have to do the hard stuff. It's the magic stuff that's really tricky. Okay, read book.
Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn. Its page is yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear. The Sorcery of Old.
Okay, so say open page. Okay, let's see. much of the formulas.
Nelson
Open
Miguel,
page.
Nelson Miguel insists that I type get, and Zuki insists that I type take. No, I'll keep on typing pick up because that's the LucasArts way.
I usually say take, but get works nicely, but they all work. But you can't speed run if you're doing the long words, right? Not that I do speed running, but I know you do.
Yeah. Okay. So now what?
Say open page XXV, which is 25.
XX-B?
V is in
Ah,
Victor.
okay.
So we're gonna make the transformation of another into a cat spell.
Huh.
They type put mandrake root powder in a bowl.
What? Mandrake
Make root powder in a bowl. Okay. Put the cat hair in the bowl.
Cat hair?
Mhm.
Wait, I can't hear my own thoughts.
Yeah, put the cat hair in the bowl. Put 2 spoons of fish oil in the bowl.
Okay.
Stir the mixture with a spoon.
Stir mixture with spoon.
Okay. Put the dough on the table.
The dough on the table.
Pat the dough into a cookie.
Okay.
Okay, and then here's the dangerous part. Recite the following verse. Oh, it's already asking you what this. Yeah, this part gets loud to amp up this fear factor, I think, and it worked when I was a kid. Okay, this part is the spell. You have to get it exactly right, and don't hit enter at the end until I spot check it. So mandrake root and hair of cat.
Do I not type enter to go to the...
I think you do. Yeah, this one's correct. The next line is mix oil of fish and give a pat.
Okay.
Next one, a feline from the one who eats.
A feline? Okay.
From the one who eats.
The one who eats.
This appetizing magic treat.
That's it?
Yeah. And then wave the magic wand. Type wave the magic wand.
Capital letters.
Okay, good. Now we can go.
Save.
Yeah. Oh my God. We could probably sit here and do more of the spells, but this is the one we need to use to dispatch him. So, open your inventory. We do have the porridge still, right?
The porridge.
Yeah, we do. It's on this level. Okay, so you can say crumble the cookie into the porridge.
Crumble. Porridge. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Ah.
So the cool thing about doing that trick is you take this magical item that if he catches you with the cookie, you'll die. But if you put it in the porridge, it becomes not a problem anymore. And then if you go hide everything else under your bed and then he gets hungry again, we can feed him the porridge and then dispatch him. So if you want, you can go back upstairs and get ready to do that. We'll have to come back down and do the rest of the spells. But this is the one we need to do first. Because he's a pain in the butt.
Do I need to close the trap door?
Yeah, pull the lever again. We have to put the magic wand back also. Yeah, okay, now go hide the rest of this stuff in your room. and then grab the porridge back out.
Never playing Sierra games ever again.
Like I said, this is the hardest one probably of all time. I didn't play King's Quest 8 for more than like 5 minutes, so I can't say that one, but because they tried to make it into a weird 3D RPG
Yeah,
thing.
that was
It's not my
crap.
jam. But yeah. Okay, did you get the porridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we just wait till he wakes up and gets hungry. Poisoned porridge.
I mean, I can imagine how stressful this game might be for a kid. It's
Well,
stressful
I
enough for
think
me right now.
I was gonna say, I think back then we were like, this was my first adventure game. This was not my friends that introduced me to it, but I think when you start that at this like difficulty, then you're like, oh yeah, everything else is like fine. You're not scared. I will say this, like other Sierra games that scared the crap out of me, but it wasn't because of like the not because of like, oh, mistyping a spell is gonna kill me or whatever. Like when we played Colonel's Bequest, my friend got a Roland MT32. It was very expensive sound like system for this ancient like
Hmm.
computer that he had, but like the sound system was amazing. And his dad wired it up to all the like speakers around the living room where the computer was. And when we played Colonel's Bequest with that MT, like the badass ultra spooky music, we were scared, frightened, like because like you kept finding dead bodies all over the game and like getting murdered sometimes randomly if you go in the wrong places, or like you do get killed sometimes, like if you random things. Like there's a railing at the top of the on the second floor of the house, and if you walk close to the one railing and oop, it just falls out and you fall down. Or if you stand right underneath like the chandelier, it might fall and kill you. um, but like the music is what just amped up our fear because we were just like, it wasn't about just random dying. It was just, I don't know. They really were good about amping up emotions, but this game in particular was just like, I don't know. I guess when I started with this one, everything else seemed like a cakewalk. Much easier.
Back then, Sierra would bundle their games with the Roland MT32 sound card, so you could buy both of them in one bundle. That's why they put so much emphasis on the soundtracks on the Roland MT32 soundtracks.
Oh, see, I didn't know that because like my friend bought it separately because his whole family was very musically oriented, I guess you could say. You know, my friend was writing piano concertos when he was like 3, so like obviously music was important to them. But I was so blown away by that sound card. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Okay. I guess we could go to his room and see if he's still sleeping. I guess not his office, his bedroom. It's upstairs. Hmm. Should be there. No, just that pink room. Yeah. He's got the Barbie room. Oh, there he is. Okay.
So now we just wait.
I think we do because this is a time dependent game.
So, how are things, Cade?
Pretty good.
When's the exact launch date for the Kickstarter campaign or the
I'm not allowed to
crowdfunding
say yet.
campaign?
I'm not allowed to say yet, but I will say it is in less than a month. So stay tuned. Sign up on that email list to go to thelegendsofadventure.com. Get ready. Sign up for that email list because if you didn't catch it when we first started the video, I mentioned that like if you do, and then if you get on the email list and then you also end up backing, we're giving a very, very valuable gift away to everybody that does that. So, but you got to sign up and then you got to back it. Um,
Did you
especially if you're
watch? No, go ahead.
was gonna say, especially if you're fans of Ken and Sierra in particular. Those are the two hints I'll give you about the free goodie. You can kick the cat if he's in your way. There you gets out of the way. I don't feel bad about it. That cat has killed me more times than I have hurt him. So,
The cat has killed you?
well, yeah, he purposely tries to trip you on the stairs, and if you fall down the certain stairs in the house, like especially the ones that go down to the magic room, um, you die. Like you die easily. So, plus he's mean. He's just a mean kitty. If you want to do another chore around the house that he hasn't asked us to do yet, you can go to Manannan's office and get the duster on top of that little magic wand cabinet, and you can say clean office, I think.
So I need to take the duster first. From here?
No, it's on top of the cabinet in his office.
Oh.
There's like this little feather duster. There you go. You see it? Say pick up duster.
Yay.
Dude. One of my favorite little animations that it's like an automatic one, not in this game, but in King's Quest 4. When you play Rosella, if you go to the seven dwarves house, like and of course they have a hot mess, like just and they're not there at the house yet, they're out mining, but their house is like a mess. But you clean the house. She does this like huge sweep around the house, cleaning, doing dishes, and like, girl, you don't have to do their chores. But anyway, it's a funny little animation. I highly recommend it, and I thought it was charming. We should probably get out of the office just in case, because he doesn't like us in here. But
A second. Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to think where else we can go. There's pretty much nothing else we can do that we haven't done already.
Should I save again?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. When in doubt, save again.
Wow, the time factor. Either things are way too stressful or you're doing
Right.
nothing and waiting for something to happen.
I was gonna say, oh, I can do my plug now. So this shirt that I'm wearing is the game that my company made. It's called Read Only Memories Neurodeck. Oh my god, green screen. Anyway, I just love this key art so much we put it on a t-shirt. It's a short, breezy little adventure game. It's an early 90s Japanese adventure game style. It's basically a love letter to that genre, but that's it. And you play a psychic detective. And that's about it. Yeah. So we were crazy and we launched that game the same day that we announced the Legends of Adventure documentary. So I'm still catching up on sleep from that, but I don't know. I'm excited about both, especially the documentary. This has been really something I've been hoping would come to life, and it is, hopefully. I can't see the comments, but if anybody has any questions or anything about the game or this game, or bring them on.
Let's see. Yeah, we looked behind the tapestry. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about the documentary, how long will the documentary be?
It's going to be a full feature length one. So generally that means, about 2 hours. It could be longer depending on the footage, but it's going to be a full length one. Mostly focusing on the history of Sierra, but also the rise and the fall of the adventure game genre, and then what I hope is like a current renaissance that we seem to be in. So that's it. We were going to do a much more broad global adventure game history, but we realized that would be way more than about 2 hours. So if I have my way, this will be the first one of a series where we'll do this one, and then we'll probably do a LucasArts one, and then we'll move on to like Japanese adventure games, and then we'll move on to European adventure games, because each one of those four genres, or each one of those four categories, is very uniquely different. And I think they each have like rich histories and everything that fans of the genre would love, as a kid growing up here in America, I was never exposed to the European adventure games. Like I didn't know about Broken Sword until I was in my 20s, and that makes me
Really?
very
Because in the US it was called Circle of Blood.
nope. We didn't get. I mean, I never saw it. And I went to the like every weekend I would go to like 3 or 4 computer stores and I would just dig through the new games. That was like my favorite thing to do on the weekends. We didn't get any of those. Like I didn't see Japanese ones come over either. And maybe it's because I was in Texas, but I don't know. But we didn't get a lot of cross ocean stuff back then. Um, like I know Ken went around, buying and publishing other games, but a lot of them, like unless they were mainstream, a lot of them didn't get to my market. So I didn't get exposed to a lot of these other genres until much later in life. But I'm glad I got to, get exposed to them later because it's like getting a whole bunch of like new goodies to get to play.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule. You're getting a new game from that time period.
Yeah, and like, I love that, for example, speaking of European ones, like Charles Cecil he's doing so years ago he did a remake of one of the Broken Swords, and now he's doing a reforged Broken Sword, which means it's like from the ground up, redoing it up in 4K. And when I was at the Game Developer Conference back in March this year, I was at a private Valve Steam meeting place, and I had time between these two meetings. And in walks Charles Cecil, and I just about like fanboyed out on him. I kept my cool, but I couldn't. I was like, if I don't ask him for a selfie, I'm gonna regret it. So I meekly went up there and was like, "Hi, I hope to not bother you, but can I get a photo?" He's like, "Sure," and we did. And then he's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I make adventure games." He's like, "Oh, can I ask you some questions?" I'm like, "Yes, whatever you want." And he pulls out his Steam Deck and he's like, "Can I show you something?" I was like, still trying to
Sure.
keep my cool, right? Just trying to keep my cool. And he's like, he pulls it out and he starts showing me the new reforged of the Broken Sword he's doing. And I'm like, oh my God, I get to see this before anybody else does. And it looks so good. It's like from the ground up, hand animated and stunning. Anyway, and so he's like, can I talk to you for like 10, 15 minutes? And he basically picked my brain about like adjusting some of the standard, what have people have known to be like adventure game mechanics, like, um, through the point and click era and stuff like that, because it wasn't text parser, obviously, but, and we talked about, updating some of the ways that adventure games are designed. And I don't want to give away any subtle changes he's making, but I was like, wow, he's actually going the distance to try to modernize adventure games and the input and all the expectation, because modern players that were not really exposed to a lot of adventure games don't get it a lot of times. And I think that's working against the genre from, having a true comeback. But he's been doing some really interesting stuff to make it more approachable to a broader audience, a younger audience too, the ones that may or may not have had these um, hair-raising, anxiety-filled moments that I had with this game. Um, because new players, have lower tolerance for frustration, and they would rather just like have a lighthearted challenge rather than like really be pushed and punished, which is like what old school games used to do to us.
Yeah, but
Um,
for example, when Ron Gilbert released Thimbleweed Park, the first version that was released didn't have, the things that you have today with hints throughout the games and throughout the game and such. But 3 months later, he released an update in which he had the hint line inside the game. You could call the hint line and get not only the solution to the puzzle that you're looking for, but actually it would tell you what to do to progress in the game in that particular moment in time.
I
So,
think it's hilarious. Like it's amazing. Here's a fun trivia fact. Did anybody know that Ken Williams set up a hint line for the new Colossal Cave? And it's totally free to call too. You just gotta call and it'll give you like hints about like if you're stuck with the snake, what do you do? Or like how do you whatever. And I was like,
wait, is it automated or did they actually hire someone?
oh no, it's all automated. Like it's all automated. He just did this for fun because it was like a thing to do. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of awesome. um I don't remember. It's not an 800 number. It's like a standard whatever American phone number, but it's free to call and you just push the button. If you're in this place, press this, and it'll tell you what to do. I thought that was genius, and he just set it up in like a weekend. He found some service to host this automated call thing, and I thought that was really fun. So, because it's like a free, like, nod back to the old days when hint lines were like a real thing. But I don't know. The only ever time I ever called one of those things is like I was one time trying to move my Nintendo from one TV to another, and I was like too young to understand all these cables and stuff. And anyway, I looked at the back of it, and there was this number for help to call Nintendo. And I was the child, and I called Nintendo for help. And this nice lady on the phone talked to me through it. She's like, "Here you go," because it's not very hard, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I was like, "Oh wow, she actually answered the phone. There was a real person doing this." Yep. But I think that's clever how Ron did was it a different phone number for every moment you got stuck? So when you called, he automatically knew exactly which place to be, which you were stuck at, or
So, you talked about Broken Sword. Broken Sword could have been a part of my childhood, but when I think at the time they didn't sell it over here. So when my father visited the US, I sent him a list of games, and I knew that in the US it wasn't known as Broken Sword. Broken Sword 1 had a different name in the US. It was called Circle of Blood. And Circle of Blood doesn't sound exactly like a kid-friendly game. So
he didn't buy it, did he?
He didn't buy it. So Broken Sword is a part of my childhood because they had to rename it in the US for some odd reason. Because afterwards, with Broken Sword 2 and 3, they renamed it back to Broken Sword. So that it didn't even make sense to have Broken Sword 2 after you had Circle of Blood.
That is weird. I mean, I know why the Heroes Quest 1 game was changed to Quest for Glory, which I hate, by the way. They should just be, in my mind, they're all Heroes Quest games. Because when I bought the first one, it was Heroes Quest on the box. And they had some copyright or trademark issue with it that caused them to have to change the name, which kind of upset me. But I was able to acquire recently an original Heroes Quest 1 box, which I'm excited about. The first one was such a cool game. I mean, I love that franchise a lot too. The first one was weird though, because it was like kind of an adventure game, but also an RPG, and I was not at all familiar with RPGs. Like leveling up a skill tree and choosing a character type, I was like, whatever. But fell in love with it once I kind of got the hang of it. And Nicole's just make darling, sweet, interesting games, like with lots of different ways to solve puzzles. Is he in there still?
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Oh, okay. I've never had to wake him up. I wonder how you wake him up. You don't want to be up here. He gets mad if you're up there. I'll bet that he'll wake up really shortly. I bet.
So I know that with Heroes Quest it was a copyright issue, and even with Space Quest in the later ones, for example Space Quest 6, they...
Yeah, he's back. I can get ready to beat him for it.
Up to no good. Never again will I... What did I do? Oh man.
What was in your hit tab? I want to see what's in your inventory. What? Okay.
Poison porridge. That's all we have.
That's really weird.
Did I find another 40-year-old bug?
Maybe. Like, okay, so he's asleep. We put the wand away. I think it's weird.
Maybe we can put some porridge on the table.
Maybe, yeah.
Porridge. Might need it.
That's weird. I've never. That's really strange.
So anyway, with later Space Quests, they didn't call the game Space Quest. I mean, in Space Quest 6, it says Space Quest, but in a smaller font, Well, it says in the title itself, Roger will go in the Spinal Frontier. And in the back, it said that Space Quest is a copyright of, and whatever. It wasn't Sierra. So they had the same problem with Space Quest.
That's annoying because, like, if anybody had precedence for Space Quest, it would be Space Quest 6 because of all the previous Space Quests. Like,
No,
unless
I
they just.
think they got sued after the first 5 or so, or the first 4 or so, and then that's the name of the game. What can you do apart from pay royalties for using the name?
Like,
You didn't move the book back. Oh, move book.
oh, it's that dark.
You guys are good.
Oh, smart
Oh,
audience.
oh,
Thank
well
you, chat.
played. Thank you,
I never would
chat.
have thought about that. Okay, so get ready. Let's wait 8 more minutes and get that stupid wizard. Okay.
If crap. In 8 more minutes, we'll end the live stream, but let's wait for him to.
Let's at least get this man dispatched. I want to get rid of him. He's been enslaving us our entire life like a mean person. Yeah, I didn't know that about Space Quest though, because I bought all those as they came out. I love Space Quest, like I really do. I mean, everybody does, but I didn't know that about that franchise also had the same problem. Very weird. Like the Heroes Quest one, I think it's because there was like a board game named Heroes Quest or something lame like that. And I'm sure it's probably a fine game, but like the way, I don't know, trademark laws are so weird. Like you can specifically trade, at least here in the US, I don't know how it is elsewhere, but I know you can trademark a name for a certain category of product. Like this would be like a home good category, or this would be like video game category. But I don't know if board game and video game would be the same trademark category or if they are in the same, but I don't know. I do know, speaking of lawsuits and whatnot, Ken was responsible for the lawsuit that set the precedent that you could not trademark game mechanics. Because there's a lot of copycat games all the time nowadays, like in Farmville, and you see this other farming kind of game and all these other ones. It doesn't matter because I think the earliest days of Ken Williams making games, I think he made like a Pac-Man knockoff, and of course he got sued right away. And they didn't call it Pac-Man, but the mechanics were like you're this little guy going around a maze eating the dots or whatever. And got sued, but it set a precedent that you cannot trademark game mechanics. So I think for players that's a win because we now have a lot more games that are able to iterate off of each other. Because like if you couldn't trademark, I mean if you couldn't basically copy a lot of game mechanics, then like LucasArts adventure games couldn't exist because because the Sierra games, right? So we got Lucas. So I'm kind of glad for it, but
So it backfired. Ken set a precedent with that lawsuit because he wanted the copycat games, but instead, I wouldn't say that LucasArts games are copycats of Sierra. Because
I don't even think he'd be mad about it, to be honest. Like, he's like, make good games. That's what will make that will sell. If you make good games, they should sell. If you make bad games, maybe they won't sell so good. So I don't think he was even mad about it. Like, because I think he also got sued for something similar later. Won the lawsuit, but then he just dropped it. He's like, I don't want the money. I just wanted to make a point about it. But lawsuits are expensive, and I'm sure most of them wanted to avoid them whenever possible. But
so Nelson in the chat says the Milton Bradley Company successfully trademarked an electronic version of their unrelated joint games workshop board game Hero Quest, which forced Sierra to change the series title to Quest for Glory.
Oh, it was them? Okay. Oh, that was the Heroes Quest board game.
Mm-hmm.
It better be a good board game because I'm still salty about it. I don't even have any horses in this race, but I'm still not mad about it. That's interesting.
Bevin read in the chat says, I can't believe I had any fond feelings for this game. You see, that's when.
Sentimental feelings about a game you haven't played in decades. It's rough. Like, speaking of which, so when Charles showed me the new 4K version of the Broken Sword he's remaking, he has a feature where you can go turn off the 4K features and it'll show the original graphics. And he says when he shows people the 4K that are fans of the thing, he's like, this is what they remember is something this beautiful and up-res and everything. He's like, but he turns that off and he shows them the original, older, lower resolution stuff, and he's like, ugh. And everybody has this like ugh reaction because their memories are foggy and they in their brain they
Yeah,
remember
it's
it
the
being
same. It's
flawless.
the same with the Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle remasters, because I think they should be the blueprints for how a good remaster should be done, without changing the graphics. Just making everything smoother, while just as Cecil said, when you look at it, it's exactly how you remember it, but in higher resolution.
Yep.
And not like the Monkey Island remasters, which are, well.
I kind of wish like I saw something, I think it was Bill Tiller's like Instagram or something. He had some art and I was like, oh, that looks like the Monkey Island art. And apparently it was, but it wasn't for one of the original ones. It was like apparently it was like new art that he had made. I think it was a barbershop shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No characters, but he was just using it to hopefully pitch Disney to let him remake some of the old Monkey Island ones. I was like, oh my God, I would love that. If they would let him, but obviously that hasn't happened. But there was a new Monkey Island recently, so you never know. I don't know, but it's weird how memory plays into it. Whenever I played the remaster of Grim Fandango, because I played it originally way back in the day, forgetting that it was such a low poly kind of thing. It was a great game, but it was like, it was older, like the graphics were rougher. But when I played the new one, I was like, oh, this is great. But and then I found the feature where you can turn off the new resolution and you can see the older low poly stuff. And I was like, oh God, was this what I played? I guess it was.
Well, the problem with the Grim Fandango remaster is the fact that they couldn't remaster the backgrounds. They didn't have the original, source files. They just remastered the characters themselves. And, instead of a blocky shadow, you have a more elaborate lighting system. But still. On.
Good.
Where are you?
So I think it was, 1 hour and 30 seconds or something?
So, you see, Bevan Red says that she can't believe that she had any fond feelings for this game. While this is my biggest fear on this channel, because whenever I play a game that I haven't played in decades with Paul, or play a game that I liked playing as a kid, I always fear that I might find out that through my rose-tinted glasses I made it into a classic when in fact it's a crappy game. But it doesn't work that way with LucasArts games. They still hold up and they're still great, but
I still think that the rest of the King's Quest series, except for 8, because I never played it all, still hold up pretty well, because this is the one with the time mechanic that really just complicates things. It makes you do things like waiting around, especially when you don't know when things are supposed to happen, because it doesn't tell you. And so it's a lot more trial and error. I do think that this was like a mechanic I'm glad they took out for the next one, because King's Quest 4 is delightful. I love it. I mean, I like 5 and 6 also, and 7.
And 7.
Yeah, 7 is flawless. It's just beautiful. I love that game. It's so quirky and weird, but I love it. But anyway, but yeah, this one is definitely an experiment. But I love the story in this game. It's really simple. Like when you boil it down without like spoilers, it's a really cute. Try to give non-spoilers, but like I love the story here. But
so with me, with Sierra Games, it's usually I like, in franchises like King's Quest and Space Quest and Leisure Suit Larry, I usually like the first game in which they added the try again feature. So, for example, people hate Space Quest 6, but it's my favorite because you didn't have any dead ends, and you didn't have the try again button when you die. Same goes with Leisure Suit Larry, and same goes with King's Quest 7. I mean, with King's Quest 6, you still have that, soft lock in which if you don't pick up something at the beginning of the game and then you figure it out at the end of the game, then you have to restore. I hate it.
Yeah, I think that the soft lock, because you missed something, like, I think that's a bummer, because it's like you missed something that you didn't even know you missed, and so you're like scratching your head and you're like, I guess I have to start over and see what else I can do. But a lot of people just wouldn't. Oh, maybe he's hungry. Yes.
I have okay. Ah!
Yay. Give porridge to bastard wizard.
Okay, put porridge. Porridge. Might need give
Say
porridge to wizard. Okay.
Wait for it. Look at those eyebrows. They're like they're as wide as his face is.
So, I mean, in terms of gameplay, you fooled them. Mananan didn't realize the porridge was tainted and ate the whole bowl.
Now he's a cat! Ta-da! Now you can kick another cat in this house.
Finally.
Did you hear that celebration music?
Yeah.
I mean, the best part. But you still don't know who you are yet, because you're just this little slave peasant boy kind of thing. Anyway, well, did you say you want to end it after this part? Because
yeah. Look at us. We did something. We got 82 points out of 210. We're almost halfway through the game. Let me just save again. Make sure that we don't miss out on anything. And switch the... Well, Cade, this has been magnificent. Thank you so much for joining me in my first playthrough of this game.
Delightful game.
It's amazing. I really don't understand why I didn't play it as a kid.
I still love it. I know, but I guess probably because I played Sierra and LucasArts. Like, I ravenously devoured all adventure games that I could get my hands on, but I just started with the Sierra first because that's all there was. But yeah, I still love this kooky, weird game. I don't know. It's fun.
Well, it is fun because you have a sense of accomplishment, especially after we waited for so long and we did all of the stuff. And luckily,
I think there's something to that, like in terms of like, when something is really challenging. So whenever you're a game designer now, well, this was always the case, but people's tolerance for frustration and challenge has shifted a lot to where people have very low tolerance for being frustrated, and then there's like the challenging frustration line. As a game designer, you want to push them to be challenged because there's a very great amount of satisfaction when they overcome a challenge. But if they get too far into the frustration zone, it's danger zone, and then they might rage quit or just give up. And that tolerance has dropped like dramatically since the 80s. Like, people are just not at all willing to go the distance or try again or whatever. And like hints and stuff on YouTube are like readily available. But the problem is, and this is another thing Charles Cecil told me, he's like, here's the thing, he didn't want to build in a hidden system. He didn't want to do this and that. He's like, because when you have people feeling challenged, but they're stuck and they don't know what to do next or how to proceed, sure, you can throw in a hint system, but then that satisfaction that they might get from like figuring it out themselves goes away. It just goes away. And if you use YouTube or some other hint solution, whatever, same thing. All that potential like satisfying dopamine hit or whatever just vaporizes as it goes away. So part of his new magic is developing a new method to help people get through puzzles and stuff without spoon feeding it to them or giving them a hint line or giving them anything. It's like, and it's pretty subtle, genius stuff, I think, but I don't want to spoil it.
But the sense of accomplishment should come from you solving a puzzle, not you trying everything a million times and saving it tons of times and hopefully not missing anything. Because then you get a sense of accomplishment, but it's more like, oh man, finally, instead of, oh man, I just figured out a puzzle.
Yeah, think about it. This is the early days. This was the Wild West of like adventure games. This was early, and so the good thing about it is like you see game designers learning from each other over time too, like when they implemented more of the soft kills, in the Sierra games because they were looking at what LucasArts was doing and being like, oh, people don't like to die. It's like, oh, okay, that's maybe something we should consider. So it's interesting to watch like game designers change the way they do things based on player feedback and seeing what other people do. And I think that's great, because in theory, games should just be getting more and more satisfying. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey playing games from the earliest of the days from when Sierra started it all.
And do you still consider King's Quest 3 a good game now that we've played it in the 2020s?
I didn't say it was a good game. I said I liked it.
Oh, okay. Now you're saying it.
I still like it. Yeah. I find it delightful. I think it's charming and sweet. Yeah. So it's not for everybody, but I knew that walking into it. So I'm glad you got to get exposed to it because I know you had never played it.
And I'm glad you are here to experience it with me. To experience me experiencing it for the first time. So thanks for that, Cade.
You're welcome. Maybe one day this can be remade and we can like patch out some of the frustrating things like the timer and some of
the game and the characters.
I like the game characters. I love turning Mandanin into a cat. That is one of the best things ever because he's just always trying to kill you. He enslaves you from being a baby. Like he's just a jerk. When he goes on these trips, you never know what kind of trouble he's getting into. He's just mean. So I don't know. But King's Quest 5, you get to do the same thing to his brother. Kind of similar.
I think that next time we play again together, we either play Codemain Iceman, because we both agree that it sucks.
I have never played Iceman. That's the one I haven't played. So I could go on a journey with you to do that.
We could play it and suffer through it together.
Sure, okay. Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Cade, for joining me today for my first playthrough of King's Quest 3. And I posted the link in the chat of Legends of Adventure so people can join the mailing list and all of the updates. And you're saying that the crowdfunding will start less than a month from now?
Less than a month, yeah. So sign up now, and then you'll get that freebie if you do decide to back later. So, yeah.
Okay. So join the crowdfunding page, and that's it. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thank you, Cade. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.